Started, man. Welcome to True Picks, guys. Week 9, 2025. I'm your host, Patrick Mahomes here, and I'm here to say, man, you guys know who we're gonna choose for these games. It's all about the Chiefs, man. We're gonna win again and again. But I guess I should introduce John, Stat King, ladies and gentlemen, and Chase is here too, man.
What's going on, guys? As you can hear from the dulcet tones of my co-host, we are back with another edition of True Picks, where we talk about everything that's going on in the NFL season and all the fun things that are happening, different trade talks, different trades that happened. There was a trade that happened earlier today.
NFL trade deadline is back.
The trade deadline is this Tuesday. So if you are a team that is looking to sell or a team looking to buy, walk down the aisle and see who you can possibly steal from another team. Let's not forget, was it a trade deadline trade that was that Christian McCaffrey Carolina Panthers back in the day? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
it was a week before the trade deadline. It was a week before, yeah.
That was it. I knew it was around that time, but I couldn't remember if it was like right at the end, like right up to the point of the deadline. But man, you can get superstars like Christian McCaffrey potentially on sale because all you got to do is give up second round picks for McCaffrey. But Chase, how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing good, man. Very excited. Tomorrow I'll miss most of the good morning slate of games, but I'm off in time to enjoy the afternoon and Sunday night football. So, Chargers don't have an easy game this week, so I don't have to really worry too much. Be interesting though.
I mean, are you excited for Monday night prime time? I'm burying the lead a little bit there, but it is your Arizona Cardinals.
I will not be watching Monday Night Football. I think I'll tune in and I'll watch Monday Night Raw or something else on that Monday night. I will not anything with the card. I heard Jacoby Brissett's playing. There's not even a chance I'm going to be watching that.
Hey, it's a good chance for you and I were Hallmark Plus bros. You can catch up on the countdown to Christmas.
I know. I'm so excited, John. It's the best time of the year. Like every night, come home or in the mornings when I wake up after the gym, just turn on Hallmark Plus, watch a Christmas movie. It's the greatest time of the year.
I just want you to know, Colleen walked by the doorway of the office, pointed and nodded. She's in agreement with you.
Yeah, it's no matter what time of day, you just turn it on, and then it's the great thing about Hallmark Plus. You just got to sign up, create an account, turn it on, and then bam, you get all the Christmas movies that you could ask for, and they're top-notch Christmas movies.
Well, except for the one last year about the Chiefs. That one.
Yeah. Aren't they doing one with the Buffalo Bills now too?
Yes. They got I think if I remember right, they got Sean McDermott in the movie, among other people. But like the idea of Sean McDermott being in a Hallmark movie, like how does he not find a way to talk about Al Qaeda and 9/11 somehow?
Yeah, we gotta strategize the catering like Al Qaeda did.
But guys, let's really quickly show what happened last week. And man, both of us got a little shellacked there on some of these. How dare you? I understand that you're in the tank for Cowboys winning the division, but you did pick against the Broncos on the Ring of Horsepower weekend, and that was a poor decision for you. And apparently, Cowboys defense is everywhere. But this was a interesting. Oh, and then Gemini picked the Browns for you. Remember?
Yeah.
And that
our favorite team.
That didn't work out too well. No. But a lot of the favorites got punked. Like Dolphins and Falcons. That was ridiculous. Tua apparently puts on an eye patch and turns into Bama Tua.
Yeah.
And this past Thursday, he continues to wear the eye patch and turned back into Miami Tua.
I don't get it. The Bears just not showing up against the Ravens. That game feels like a dream. The Bengals and Jets like going down to the wire and the Jets somehow winning and stuff.
39-38.
I was impressed with my Chargers. Shellacked the Minnesota Vikings. Made man, what quarterback makes a Beeplo defense look easy? Oh, I know who. My quarterback, Justin Herbert. And I feel the dreams are coming, roses rising through the sky, And I want to know why. I wonder why. Shout out to Madison Beer. Greatest.
I was about to say, is that a Madison Beer song? Like,
Yes. That's one of her
More
songs.
like that, buddy.
There's other songs she actually sings, and then there's songs where she's just like, I want you to hold me. I want you to feel me. I want you to vibe with me. Yeah, there's other songs. She sings it all. But yeah, no, this was a weird week in the NFL for sure.
But yeah, there's some fun things to talk about though. Where's a lot of trade rumors, a lot of trades heating up, and today we saw the Eagles continue to try to work on their secondary by trading a 6th-round pick to the Ravens for Jair Alexander and a 7th-round pick. And I mean, the pick swap is whatever. I mean, you would think that even in the year of our Lord 2025, Jair Alexander might be worth a little bit more than, in essence, a 6th-round pick. But how do you like that move for the Ravens? I mean, considering the guy they got from the Chargers, Alohi Gilman, seems to really be working out for them so far.
He hasn't been working out. Ravens fans hate him. Well, I see Ravens Twitter shitting on poor little Alohi Gilman.
He's been leading the team in a lot of categories since he got there.
Oh, really? Ravens fans are mad at him. Ravens Twitter doesn't seem to like him. But yeah, Jair just didn't plan out for the Ravens. The Eagles are like, hey, we'll take it. We'll see if he can work out in our defense, and if he works out, he works out. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah, it just cost them a 6th-round pick. They cannot seem to figure out what it is that with that secondary. They either try to get back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, it doesn't work out. They try to get him back again, and it still doesn't work out. So it kind of sucks for the Eagles on the one hand, because like you have Cooper DeJean, and how do you just find somebody to pair up with them? Why is finding that one person so difficult? But it is a bit of a pickle for them. There has been some conversation about Jacoby Myers getting moved, but we still haven't seen that happen. The Dolphins apparently are willing to listen to conversations about Jalen Waddle, but they don't seem to be doing anything there. The Raiders have shut down, though, conversation about Michael Mayer, which seemed a little weird. If you have Bowers or you don't have Bowers, like what exactly do you want to do with that offense? Do you see either, because these are the big ones that are kind of out there, do you see either Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson moving around this trade deadline? And if you do, like what team would pick them up? Like, could it be a Minnesota situation?
I don't know what team would pick them up, to be honest, because like Russell Wilson, like I think we've seen enough. I think teams have seen enough. They're just going to be like, yeah, that's it. Kirk, maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's like a team that you have to take on that contract though. So it has to be a team that really, like, I guess the Browns could be stupid enough. They could be a team that I could see doing something stupid like that. Like they're just like, yeah, maybe Kirk gives us a few more wins, because it seems like the AFC North is wide open. Like everyone, like the Ravens, like went from like, oh, they're not making a play, to now you're like, oh, there's a chance with the Baltimore Ravens. Like, I don't know. There's not really too many like what I mean QB needy teams, like teams that are like super hungry to like trade for Kirk Cousins or trade for Russell Wilson.
Like we also saw the Patriots and the Steelers swap picks for Kyle Duggar. We saw Keon White also get moved from the Patriots to the Niners. People are trying to figure out, because like the Patriots now are stacking 6th-round picks for some reason.
Yeah, I think they're trying to go. They're going for a running back. They're going to try to get as much picks so that way they can use those 6th-round picks as part of like a multi-pick deal.
It's like, you got to look at that and go, do they really just hate TreVeyon Henderson that much, or has he had that much of an issue learning the playbook or figuring out like what protection he's supposed to be doing in pass pro? It's wild. But and then finally we saw Jets and Eagles swap out Michael Carter second, a DB, for John Mechie, the third, who you may remember was that guy who drafted for the Cowboys, and they thought
Texans.
it was the Texans. Texas team, but that guy was battling different injuries when he was in the league.
He had cancer. He had cancer his first year.
Could not see the field, and so that I think is kind of interesting for the Jets. Like, why do you really need a wide receiver? But
they're trying to find someone else to pair with. or be in competition to pair it with Garrett Wilson. Because if you look at the Jets, minus like the quarterback, like they're just missing someone across from Garrett Wilson. And Mechie, he couldn't beat out Jahan Dotson for that wide receiver 3 position in Philadelphia. It seems like Jahan Dotson is like the favorite wide receiver 3. So he gets a chance to hopefully be a high-end wide receiver 2.
So then we also have Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated saying that the Bengals have been floating the idea of dealing Logan Wilson. He's seen his playing time reduced. Yeah. The 2 rookies. That's a really good linebacker that could be available for a team. The Bills looking for a defensive tackle with Ed Oliver's injury and also for a receiver. And finally, the Titans apparently being open for business on every player except for Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons. And
Jeffrey Simmons is like the one player people would be like, you're trading him? And they're like, no, but we can give you T'Vondre Sweat. I saw that they're listening for T'Vondre Sweat, and I'm like,
so says the reports are that they've received calls about defensive end Arden Key, defensive end Dramont Jones, as well as Chiggs Okonkwo, the tight end, and then another name is then T'Vondre Sweat.
Yeah, I was like, they just drafted him, and they're willing to trade him. Like, he's not that bad. He's a second-year player. Like, what are we doing? Why are you going to trade T'Vondre Sweat? Like, yeah, Titans are weird. Like, I understand why they don't want to trade Jeffrey Simmons because like he's such a big team captain for them. He represents that team. He's been there since his start of his career. So I understand, but I'm like, yo, if you guys want draft capital, you're gonna get a third, maybe fleece the team a 2nd-round pick for Jeffrey Simmons. He's still great. He's an outstanding defensive tackle that no one knows about because he plays for the Titans. So
yeah, and this is it's also a draft that for at least 2026. I don't know if they'd be able to get 27 picks or that they'd be interested in getting 27 picks. That has some good talent. There are players that are starting to really move up this board. And if you're the Titans, you already have, at least right now, the 3rd pick, which is Tankathon at least, is saying Reuben Baines Jr., the really good edge rusher out of Miami. So if you're the Titans, I mean, why not try to move Jeffrey Simmons while there is still a good value for him?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, they gotta figure something out down over there. Down in Tennessee, but it's also a situation where it's like if you're that team, you don't know what coach you're gonna have, right? So it's like, how do you try to acquire players or trade away players is the better way to look at it for picks if you don't know like what scheme that new coach is going to bring in, and also whether or not trading somebody away might be the reason why you lose out on a coach. Like that coach will want that player, so. It is a bit of a tightrope to walk if you're the Titans, but if you, to your point about the idea of acquiring draft capital, you kind of have to, because I think I have there it is. I have a website that tells you like all the draft picks, like who has what, and this isn't specifically like to get into the weeds with the Titans, but so they have their first 4. Then in the 5th round, they traded Ernest Jones to the Titans they gave their 5th to the Rams, and then there's a bunch of stuff happening there in the 6th round where they've acquired picks, they've sent the picks out. So it's like it is a bit of a mess there to try to figure out. But like 6th-round talent, unless you're really good at identifying the talent in the first place, I don't know if you really want to like.
Yeah.
Is that general manager, like he's only been there for a year, so it's like, I mean, I get it. He was the Chiefs assistant general manager for a number of years, and has been like the big hire or the really fancy thing to try to steal somebody away from the Chiefs organization the past few years. But
how'd that work for the Bears with Ryan Poles? I'm just saying, Ryan Poles, big cheap guy. He was in the room when they were scouting Pat Mahomes. He said, we got to draft him.
Yeah, man, that's my dog, Ryan Poles.
Did you see like there's this ridiculous rumor going around? I don't know if how much truth there is to this, that he meaning Ryan Poles was using like footage, game film of Drake May, and like highlighting every time he missed a receiver and getting people in the room to laugh with him about how like they're like, why would anybody pick Drake May? That's why we're going Caleb Williams. And like, I have no idea whether or not this is true. Like the person
it sounds realistic.
That's the thing. It's been reported multiple times. However, every time it's reported, it always links back to the same story, which came from a Green Bay Packers beat reporter. So it's like, I can see the Green Bay Packers reporter who wanted to talk shit about the Bears, like, little brother and all that, and making up some nonsense, and people run with it enough times that it becomes the truth. However, in the off chance that it is the truth,
I feel like it's true. I've heard some funny scouting stories from like the people I know from the Rams. So I do think this is something that is true, where it's like, why would we draft this guy when we got this guy right on our lap?
Meanwhile, Drake May right now is shooting up, shooting up the MVP ranks. But yeah, wow. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this week's slate. We unfortunately weren't able to connect for Thursday Night Football. I think both of us would have picked the Ravens, especially with the news that Lamar was coming back. But let's talk. Oh, look at that! Speaking of which, very first game to talk about the Falcons traveling to Gillette to try to take on the New England Patriots. The Patriots are rolling right now. However, Ramondre Stevenson out. Seems like it's going to be out for an extended period of time. But if you looked right now, I guarantee you, folks, if you looked right now on ESPN, Yahoo, Sleeper, your fantasy website or app of choice, you would find that myself and Chase have higher projected fantasy points than TreVeyon Henderson right now because of how much Mike Vrabel hates him. We will get one-day contracts to be running backs for the New England Patriots, as opposed to him letting TreVeyon Henderson continually run the ball. But how do you feel about this one? Because there you go, Lexa Q, cult of personality for Chase with your CM Punk shirt.
Yeah, bro.
How do you feel about this one? Because like, this Falcons team has been so hit or miss. This is the Falcons team that, on the one hand, throttles the Buffalo Bills, and then does what it did last week. So how do we know like what exactly this Falcons team is?
Yeah, I don't know. They're such a tough team to read. Like I don't know what we're gonna get out of them, because the Patriots, I know what I'm gonna get out of them. Solid defense. Drake May is gonna make some sick throws during the game. The offense is going to move. There's going to be times where the offense is stagnant, but then Josh McDaniels has a nice drive and either gets the Patriots to lead or gets them a field goal. But the Falcons, I just don't know. Some weeks they look, oh yeah, man, they could contend in the NFC South. Then other weeks it's like, bro, you guys stink. You're one of the worst teams I've ever seen, and especially on defense. That defense is just so inconsistent. So I'm going to go with the Patriots here. I have no faith in the Atlanta Falcons to win this game, but knowing my luck, I'm going to be watching it, and then I'm going to see that Michael Penix is out throwing Drake May, and Drake May has like 2 or 3 interceptions, and then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be like, what? Since when?
The funny thing is that Penix with how this offense has looked, like, you can make an argument that he really should be the top quarterback of the NFC South. Like, granted, like, you're still in the same division as Baker, but like, you should or could be going punch for punch with these guys, and you're just not. Like, I give you the caveat that last week it was Kirk playing as opposed to Penix, but like, Penix is just, the inconsistency has been really the drawback for the team. But let's turn to a team that has been consistently terrible for the past couple of years, and that is the Carolina Panthers. They really are trying, though. They're doing what they can, and now they travel to take on the Green Bay Packers. And I don't even know if they confirmed whether Bryce Young is back. Is he back? He's off the injury report, so he should be starting. He should be starting against the Packers. Meanwhile, oh no, there's an article on AL.com about Micah Parsons takes aim at, quote, one of them Bama guys.
What does he say?
Talking shit about University of Alabama players.
Oh, well, he got tickled in the pickle at Penn State, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so he goes, we got to get in the QB lanes, Parsons said on Thursday. We got to make it as hard as possible for him. I have a good history with Bryce, and I understand he's an elite competitor. He's one of them Bama guys. I know how he prepares, and I know how he's going to come in and try to exploit our team. When he's on, and we don't want to see that happen, so we got to get after that quarterback. But most importantly, we got to stop the run. Almost as though he fears Rico Dowdle more.
And Chuba Hubbard, that two-headed monster.
Shoot, I mean, two-headed monster is a bit of a stretch these days.
Yeah, it's like a nice little. It's like one dragon is like the ferocious head, and the other dragon, it's like it'll wake up sometimes.
But this Packers defense has been really stout, really stalwart, and they handled business against the Steelers last week. And the Steelers, like, while the offense really just is Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf and a little bit of Jaylen Warren, with like sprinkles from a distance of Kenneth Gainwell, it is a competent offense that is able to score points. This is not that. So you can see it in the money line, reflecting in the money line. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I'm sorry, not the Panthers, the Packers.
Oh,
wow. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say wow. I'm going with the Packers. I think the Packers win this game too. There's nothing really much to say. Like, if the Packers offense plays how they did in that second half against Pittsburgh, they're pretty darn good team in the NFC. Yeah. That's just the consistency. Like you said, like, just spam Josh Jacobs, set up the play action. Good things will happen. You know, you have a good team.
Did you notice Christian Watson did that annoying thing where he catches like one long bomb pass and then people are like, Christian Watson is amazing? And
every time, dude. He's like the best fool's gold in NFL history, bro. Like, he can trick you.
But let's turn to two teams that the respective fan bases are hoping that their quarterbacks are not going to be fool's gold, because one of them has absolutely struggled even in his third year. And then we're, of course, talking about CJ Stroud.
He's an old 25-year-old man.
That is true. CJ Stroud in his third year as an old 25-year-old man, leading the Houston Texans up against the young 25-year-old man of Bo Nix, who will be turning 26 in February. But this is a Texans team that showed that if you can protect CJ Stroud, look at this. He turns back into OSU CJ Stroud. Who would have thought that if you protect the quarterback can get the ball out faster, particularly even if you've traded away his left tackle in Laramie Tunsil. However, this was an offense that was going up against a Niner squad that is severely depleted on defense. It does not have a lot of the pass rush that from like the Bosas of the world that made this Niners defense so vaunted. But they were doing it with the rookies. They were doing it with Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel, the second and third round rookies that they drafted back in April, May of this year. This is a game where they're going to be getting back Nico Collins, who has cleared concussion protocol, as well as Christian Kirk. But they're going to be going up against one of the best defenses that the league has right now in the Denver Broncos, who, while they are allowing yardage and they, are allowing points here and there, have been really damn stout against passing quarterbacks and against the rushing attack, but lead the league with 36 sacks. They are pretty well ahead of the next team that's in second place, if I remember right. Now, I'm interested to see, just from a historical perspective, considering this is week 9, if they have the ability to generate another 36 sacks. Well, personally, if they get 37, that'd be really great, because they would break the NFL record held by, do you remember which team holds it? It's a trick, because like you would think it would be this one, but it's actually the year before. That's the hint I'll give you.
Is it the 2018 Broncos? No, 2016 Broncos?
Nope. No. This is the single season record for sacks for a team.
Single record for sacks for a team.
Yeah.
Is it in the 2000s or a 90s team?
Nope.
The Purple People Eater?
Nope.
Purple? Oh, yeah, they weren't recording sacks back then. Huh.
Think about it. It's got to be one of the most famous defenses ever. Now I'm saying just move 1 year prior.
I'm trying to think. Famous defense. The Legion of Boom?
Nope. It's the 1984 Bears.
Oh, the ones that didn't win.
It's 72 sacks in a single season.
Wow.
So like everybody thinks like the 85 Bears, right? Because that's the 15-1 team. Like that defense is so amazing. The 84 Bears went, I think, 10-6, but they had 72 sacks. So if Denver can get another 36 or 37 sacks, they're on pace right now to actually do it. So we'll see if they can pull it off. This is a Texans O-line that gives up that ability or has that option to do it. But on the flip side, if I'm putting over the Broncos defense, I have to put over the Texans defense. This is the number one defense, number one scoring defense, the number one in yards allowed. They match up. I think it was like third in passing yards allowed and fifth in rushing yards allowed. This is good. Like if this game goes to 17-14, I think that's really what the score is going to be. Like it's going to be really, really close.
Yeah.
Now this is also a game where Denver will have Dre Greenlaw back, but it looks as though they're going to be missing their left guard. But the real question is, can Riley Moss and Abrams Dean and Jahdae Barron stop Nico Collins? Because this is going to be one of the games where there's no Patrick Surtain. It's going to be missing a few weeks of the pectoral strain. I'm taking the Texans. I think the Texans are going to be able to pull this off. They have a home field advantage. If you have Nico back and you have Christian, like you're at full strength. Unless Denver is going to be able to, they have to not just destroy CJ Stroud. They have to sack him, strip sack him, and get the fumble so that they are putting the offense in good field position.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be doing that.
Because like the Texans looked a lot. I mean, against the damaged good 49ers team, but we've seen this damaged good 49ers team pull off wins that they shouldn't have been winning and stuff, and we chose them just because we trusted that they're a well-coached team, and they looked really good on offense. That was like the best offensive performance that you've seen out of the Texans, and that Texans defense is just really, really good. So yeah. I'm literally trying to think, like, it's like I like the Broncos more than the Texans overall as a team, but for this week, it feels like, I feel like the Texans can win this week. But I wouldn't think the Texans are, like, overall better than the Broncos. It's just the Broncos' offense is just so frustrating to watch at times. And it's just, I don't know, both teams just have the same issue with me where I can't trust their offenses fully. But if I'm going to trust an offense for one game, it's going to be the Texans for just one game.
Right. Like, it's also a question where, like, Marvin Mims is not going to be playing. And it's not that Marvin Mims is this great receiver, but, like, that's wide receiver too. Yeah. So it's like just losing that person. Troy is now technically slotting into the wide receiver 2 spot. That means you have to need more Pat Bryant. You need more Evan Ingram. It's just like a weird recipe for not doing well enough. Like 17-14, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like the Texans kicked that field goal, and that's why they're able to get the win. Like that screams like that's the easy way to figure that one. So you're taking the Texans as well?
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans just for this game, just because look, if their offense moves as smooth as it did, like it did against the 49ers, and that defense is still playing lights out, they're going to win this game.
Yeah. Well, let's turn to look at this money line. Oh my goodness. There was no respect for the Titans.
All right, man. Mike McCoy coaching against his old team, baby.
But what have the Titans done to justify that respect? Did you see Cam Ward on the sideline like yelling at Mike McCoy about it's like, what the fuck, Mike? That was funny. Yeah. Speaking of looking for running backs, the Chargers seem to be looking for running backs at the trade deadline, which means that maybe that Omarion Hampton injury is a little bit more lingering than originally feared. Kamani Vidal, not looking terrible, but
I think they just want one more complimentary back. I think the Chargers they're out of the realm Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a heavy move for Tony Pollard. I think they might just tell Tony Pollard, be like,
stay or get on
"Hey,
the
come, no, you with us now. You do it. Yeah, it's not official till Tuesday, but come on. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move for like a Tony Pollard type or just like another kind of running back that they can trust in there besides Vidal. Because although Vidal looked tremendous Thursday night, it's more of like how he's a smaller back still. How much more can his body, take up abuse and stuff?
Actually, didn't they just put Hassan Haskins on IR?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because our backup running back's Jared Patterson.
Yeah, this is they are calling the phones at the same time as New England to Cleveland, going, what do you want for Jerome Ford?
Yeah.
What do you want for Jerome Ford?
Yeah, they're looking for like a Jerome Ford, Tony Pollard, someone that's like, hey, are you cool with being a backup? Or hey, like you can be your starter for a little bit, or hey, we know that like if you give Kamani a breather, you're gonna come in and do well and stuff. Like that's just the thing. The Chargers running back room has just been hurt, but thankfully they got the future Hall of Famer back, Joe Alt, the greatest Charger on the roster. Yeah, I think he's the best player on the roster.
Charger on the roster?
Yeah. Joe Alt.
You're not taking your quarterback?
I mean, he's great, but he's no Joe Alt.
Damn.
Do you see what Joe Alt does? Joe Alt literally makes like football so much easier for Justin Herbert. Like he's amazing. That left side, it's like left or right, whatever side he's on, it's fucking protected because of Joe Alt. If the Chargers win the Super Bowl, there's two guys that solidify their Hall of Fame status if the Chargers win the Super Bowl. Khalil Mack and Joe Alt. How many times have we seen great left tackles and right tackles?
Wait a minute.
What?
He wins one Super Bowl, and that's going to put him in the Hall of Fame.
He's going to be in the Hall of Fame regardless. Do you see this motherfucker?
Hall of Fame?
No, the NFL Hall of Fame.
What in Canton?
Yeah, Canton. Joe Alt will get to Canton if the Chargers win a Super Bowl because he's going to be damn good his whole career. He's going to be a beast, and you're going to sit there and say, how many times have we seen all pro left tackles like this motherfucker, and they're just on shitty teams? Like Joe Thomas is one of the best tackles ever. He was on the shittiest team ever. Like the Browns every single year. Freaking who was that Dolphins tackle that was really, really good? Like always on a freaking bad Dolphins team. Joe Alt, how many franchise great left tackles win Super Bowls? Like Larry Ogden, that's the only motherfucker I can think of. No one else.
That's fair. That's
yeah.
Fair. I mean,
what's his name? Lane Johnson on the Eagles. That's the only starting tackle right. Like Penei Sewell, that motherfucker's going to the Hall of Fame. But if the Lions don't win a Super Bowl, it's like, okay, well, he's going to the Hall of Fame because he was a great right tackle. But if Joe Alt is just Joe Alt for the rest of his career, and he has a ring.
You better talk to your girl Madison about getting all this witchcraft going on. Because
did you not see the Halloween party? She was working her magic.
I saw didn't they were like a sailor? I saw that one.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah, she's working her magic. Don't worry. She's taking my boy. I know. Talk about the game, guys. There's nothing to talk about. Chargers are going to kill the Titans. But what I was impressed with was Justin Herbert. I learned what beer he likes to drink. And now that's the only beer I'll drink because Justin Herbert drinks it.
Wait, hold on. Shouldn't the... Okay, never mind. I'm not going to make that joke. Shouldn't the only beer he likes to have is Matt like... That joke writes itself. Like, I don't understand.
Well, you know what? Madison Beer is a margarita girl. Good for her. I like her more than I previously did. But Justin Herbert enjoys a nice Modelo with 2 limes. Not just 1, 2 limes in there. So that's all I ordered now. Modelo, 2 limes. I call it the Justin Herbert. I just enjoy it.
You call it the Justin Herbert?
Yeah. It's the Herbert. It's the Justin Herbert. Modelo with 2 limes. He had it at the Lakers game. He had a Modelo at the Dodgers game that he went to.
Ridiculous. Oh, but speaking of which, with the firing of Miami Dolphins general manager Chris Grier, I wanted to say I don't think Chris Grier, generally speaking, was a bad GM. However, the one thing that he probably will get knocked for forever is at pick 5, taking Alabama quarterback Tua
No, it's a great pick.
over some bum Justin Herbert. At least
Great-
that's how they
Great pick at the time.
Could you imagine right now if you had Tua? You would have to live and die on the hill of your Bama quarterbacks, and I would at least be able to be like, yeah, they're just gonna cause more CTE damage. Go get them, Nick Benito.
No,
having to worry about Justin Herbert going like yoink, and then Lad McConkey somewhere over there just catching the ball, going.
Who knows if we have Lad McConkey with Tua? We might have someone else at this point. No, so if you guys don't know, I've been big on Herbert when he was in college. So I always remember my favorite moment of Justin Herbert's college career is when he said he was going to return back to Oregon, and I was like, "Fuck yes!" We have one more shot because the Chargers, we made the playoffs that year. We were out of range to get any of the top quarterbacks of the draft class before Herbert, so 2019. So when Herbert did not declare, I was so happy. And then 2020, I was like, "Look, I love Rivers. I do. I'm okay if we suck. I don't care if we're good this year. I just want Herbert, Burrow, or Tua on my team. But mostly I wanted Herbert. I wanted Herbert the most.
You wanted Tua, don't lie.
No, I did not
want
I saw enough of Tua. I was like,
you were ready to be like, roll tide.
Look, Tua was throwing to 3 first-round wide receivers at the time, and Judy, Ruggs, and Devonta Smith. And Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle was also on that team. Yeah. And Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle stayed one more year to be at Bama, which Devonta Smith won the Heisman only because Jalen Waddle was hurt. Sorry. I love you, Devonta Smith, but let's be real. Jalen Waddle didn't get hurt that season. He would be the Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, that's a Reaper. Come on now.
Yeah, I do love Devonta Smith. Greatest Alabama wide receiver, not named Julio Jones. But Julio Jones is the greatest. Everyone would be like, but his stats. Did you not see how he was triple covered every fucking play? This motherfucker, there would be 3 people on Julio Jones. Quintorris Lopez Jones was triple covered because no one could stop this man. He was, why couldn't the Falcons just throw to him more in the Super Bowl? It made no fucking sense. But anyways, I really wanted Herbert, and I was telling my friends, we're gonna get Herbert. We're gonna get Herbert. We're gonna get Herbert. All my friends wanted Tua. Now where we're at. Chargers.
Now who's drinking a Herbert on a Saturday?
Yeah, hey, Modelo 2 limes. That's the Jay Herbo. You know, like John. When we meet, I'm gonna be like, hey, our first drink, the Herbert.
I'm definitely not doing that.
What? No, you have to.
I don't drink beer.
What do you drink?
I drink liquor. I'm not a beer person.
Well, you're gonna have to drink one Modelo with 2 limes.
Why would I? Wait, hold on. Why would I, a Denver Broncos fan, drink that you have named after the Chargers quarterback?
So that way you can say that you sacked Herbert after drinking it.
I'd rather just go find him in LA and sack him. Like, I don't understand. Like, doesn't
he's a hard man to find, trust me.
And apparently Joe Alt just lives in his house.
Yeah, Joe Alt's the greatest Hall of Famer if he wins the Super Bowl. It's gonna be
But you know, there's a lot of connective tissue between what we were just talking about in this next game, because like Chase was saying, he would have been happy with Herbert, Burrow, or Tua. This next team has Burrow, and I'm sure, or has had Burrow. He's on IR, and I'm sure that they would really, really, really wish they had Joe Alt right now to be there protecting, even if it's just Joe Flacco.
Could you imagine if the Bengals were just smart and just drafted Penei Sewell? It'd be amazing.
I don't know, man. I think there is something to be said about that double whammy.
It'd be cool if our team drafted a running back. Nice, man.
Yeah, the problem isn't that the Bengals didn't drafted Chase over Sewell. It's that they never drafted a first-round left tackle after that.
Yeah.
Or they never tried to trade for one. Or they never really, I think they tried to get Juwan Taylor in free agency from Jacksonville, and that didn't, it kind of worked out, but not really. But man, that's really the issue, is that they never tried to get this man to protect. You have to know franchise left tackles go in the first 10 picks. That's really where you're going to find one. So if you have to trade up, you trade up because yes, you're getting a lower draft pick because of how good Burrow is, but he's only going to be good if you can protect him. But anyway, They are where they are, and now they're going to be facing a Bears team that is favored against them, even though the Bears have been playing dog shit terrible for a little while now. I'm still interested to see what's going to happen with RJ's prediction that Rome Odunze will be top 5 end of year. Last I looked, he is like 19th now in yardage, and I think 13th in receptions. But he is still top 5 in touchdowns because he's tied for 3rd with like a bunch of people with 5 touchdowns. But this is a Bears offense that still cannot get out of their own way. They're not going to be playing DeAndre Swift this week. It's going to be Kyle Monangai taking the RB1 role for Chicago, but they are lucking out here because the Bengals have the worst run defense in the entire National Football League.
When Kyle Monangai runs, they're going to look like the best run defense in that. Because when rookie running backs, especially like Monangai build, sometimes they just hit their gaps way too fast, and then the Bengals still look pretty good.
So who do you got? Because actually, this is back to back. This is your AFC team and then your NFC team. So who do you got for Bears Bengals?
I don't know why the Bears are favored. Give me the Bengals, even though the Bengals lost to the Jets, and Flacco's not playing horrible. And then the Bengals offense is competent. Yeah. What has the Bears shown you offensively where you think that, I get it that this Bengals defense is not the best, but what have the Bears showed you besides the Cowboys game? And we all can agree the Cowboys defense is like the worst defense in the National Football League. They have the worst defensive player in the league in Kenneth Murray. He's the worst linebacker to play in this sport. I cannot believe I was high on this idiot.
The funny thing is that I saw that video before you sent it to me. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the first part where they were just and I was like, oh, it's just somebody going through who they think is the worst. And so I just went to the next one. I didn't keep going to realize that person just listed Kenneth Murray times. I was like, oh shit.
Number 59 for the Cowboys, Kenneth Murray. Yeah, I don't see where the Bears offense has shown me enough with Ben Johnson. Then you're missing your running back one. You're going to throw in a rookie running back. And Monangai has been fine. I don't think he's bad. But, there's those times where rookie running backs, they don't settle into the holes. They rush themselves, and then they trip on their own feet. They just do a bunch of goofy stuff. It's not a Ben Johnson thing or a coaching thing. I just think the personnel is necessarily not there that Ben Johnson wants. So there's still time. And it's not like this Bears defense has been Bears defense. This has just been an okay defense. It's been fine. It's been manageable.
I think part of the argument there is that the amount of injuries that they've had on that secondary. I think it was
Kyler Gordon. Kyler Gordon I don't think has been healthy all season.
Yeah. Let's see. Who is still considered out for the Bears?
But
Dominique Johnson is out. Roshan Johnson's out. Luther Burden's out. Swift's out. That's a rest. Tyreek Stevenson, full participation. So they're going to be getting some of them back. But there's still a couple. It's more offense now that's out versus the defense. So if there is ever a time for a get-right game, a get-healthy game for the Bears, from a team perspective, it's against the Bengals. I'm going to take the Bears only because I do believe that they're slowly working themselves out through whatever issues that they're going through. And DJ Moore has been far too quiet this year, and it seems as though this is a good chance for a DJ Moore resurgence game. But let's move on to a game that should be pretty stacked. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who came off of a terrible loss to the Green Bay Packers. That Rodgers wanted that one. And now they get to host the Indianapolis Colts, who have been absolutely on fire. The 7-1 Colts should be 6-2, but that's neither here nor there. But this is a Colts team that their level of offensive efficiency is, I think it's the highest in league history from some of the stats, some of the information that I saw. Every single play, every single drive, they're scoring. I think it was until week 3 when they were playing Denver that they didn't punt until they played Denver for 2 straight games. It was either field goal or touchdown every time they touched the ball. ridiculous levels of efficiency there. And their defense has been able to fly because of it. When you are able to trust that Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor are going to be able to have your back, it allows so much more for your defensive coordinator to just throw at opposing offenses. And one thing that I think is really interesting is if you look, like if you look at the matchups that the Colts offense is getting against opposing defenses, you would think that opposing defenses are stacking the box or at least trying to get pressure that way. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing coverage plays. They're more concerned about the idea of Daniel Jones beating them than Jonathan Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor is just like casually like running for 40-yard touchdowns like you wouldn't believe. It's almost, I think it's actually on pace for being better than Saquon's year last year.
The way he's scoring touchdowns too, I'm sweating LT's record. I'm like, he might get 27. He has 11 touchdowns so far this season. He's been dynamite, man. He's been great.
It's scary. But this is and the problem here is that this is a Steelers defense that has been pretty atrocious. One of the most expensive defenses too, and really, really atrocious. I'm taking the Colts on this one. I think it can be close. Like, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a pure blowout kind of thing because that Steelers offense can still score, but it could easily turn into a lot of Chris Boswell kicks while the Colts are getting touchdowns.
Yeah, the Colts, I'm going with them too. The one thing that they've been doing really good is like they're letting Danny Dimes rip it downfield, and that makes teams respect the fact they'll play it deep. And it makes it hard to stop them when it's like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, even 3rd and 6, because you're gonna say to yourself, we have to play deep because they're gonna trust Pittman, they're gonna trust Downs, they're gonna trust Pierce. One of these guys or Donnie Mitchell might burn past us. We have to play deep because of the receivers. And then they just hand it off to Taylor, and then Taylor runs up because they're all playing deep coverage. And it's like, oh, what do you want us to do? We either play deep to stop these talented wide receivers, and Daniel Jones is finding a way to, throw to these guys. And a lot of these receivers are like basketball players. It's like, especially Pearson, Pittman, like these guys are huge. Like they're 6'5", like 6'4", respectively. And it's like, they just know how to box out the DBs, and it's either like, oh, well, the DBs can't get too handsy, otherwise it's pass interference, or they have to try their best. And I don't know. I think the Colts, their offense is just really good.
So as of right now, I know we redid our power rankings a couple weeks ago, but
Chiefs still number 1. Doesn't matter.
So I was gonna ask. Who do you think is coming out of the AFC? Like right now, the Colts have to be favorites. Like they have to be solid favorites. I don't see.
Check the betting lines, buddy. It's the Chiefs are still. I think the Chiefs became the favorites recently.
God, I hate.
Yeah, man, we're always the favorites, even though we're the underdogs.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, holy moly.
Yeah.
The conference winner is plus 250 Chiefs, plus 390 Bills, plus 470 Colts, plus 850 Broncos.
And you know what's fucked up? The Bills could win this game and they won't become the favorites. People still believe in the Chiefs more.
Oh my god! All right.
Doesn't matter what happens in the regular season, man. Only happens what matters in the postseason.
Well, let's talk about two NFC teams that are in a race to the bottom.
Injury hell.
Yeah, it's like, and it's not even their fault. It's, well, I guess it kind of is their fault, or it's at least it's the strength and conditioning coach's fault.
Yeah, they're team doctors.
Yeah, like, who did they hire the guy from the Chargers that tried to murder Tyrod Taylor? Did both of them hire that?
It's Tyrod Taylor, by the way.
Sure, Tyrod Taylor.
Great, one of the most valuable people in Chargers history is the team doctor.
He knew.
He's like, gotta get Herbert in there.
when I get a time machine, I'm gonna go back and find out that it was really Chase just with a mustache.
No, come on, they wouldn't trust me to be a doctor. Come on, get out of here.
The greatest acting performance of Chase Oliver's career.
Yeah, I went to UCLA. Oh yeah, all those years at St. John's Hospital, crazy, right? I know, med school, insane. So Tarod, your ribs, yeah, man, my ribs hurting like right here. So like right around here. I don't think that's where it is. No, trust me, I used to do this all the time. Oh, my lung, oh. Guys, I don't know what happened. He moved when I was doing the needle. He can't talk because his lung is in. Yeah, Justin Herbert. He's your quarterback now. Oh, rookie, tough. Anthony Lynn, that's tough. I'm sorry, man. It's pretty good.
But these are two teams that are sort of. I mean, they're doing as best of a job as they can of trying to not get the number 1 seed or not have a high draft pick, but they're seems as though they could be on the way. Now, the Niners have been doing a lot better. Like right now, they're picking 20th. So their record doesn't belie how weird of a situation they're in because they're 5-3. They are winning games.
You know, if I was Shanahan, I would go talk to the office. Just be like, look.
Can we tank? Like, yeah, you guys mind?
Just be like, is my job safe? Can we just tank? Like, can you imagine if we add like a top 10 pick to this roster when it comes back healthy?
Because like right now they're projected to get Caleb Lumo, offensive tackle, Utah. Meanwhile, in a hilarious twist, the Giants, who could use offensive line help, are projected to draft Jordan Tyson from Arizona State. And I'm like, I get it, the idea of pairing somebody with neighbors, but that's also where like right in that range is where Francis Maigoa is from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd rather have that person if the Dolphins do go Spencer Fennell from Utah. If the Dolphins don't go Spencer Fennell, I'd much rather have Spencer Fennell.
Yeah, to me, I get pairing Tyson up with neighbors, especially with Wan'Dale Robinson being an impending free agent. But get that offensive line. Their receivers are a dime a dozen. You know, like not to say like, look, I want to draft a number 2 receiver in the top 5. Like.
Right.
That makes no sense to me. Draft franchise right or left tackle, and hopefully they're as good as Joe Alt, the best player on the Chargers.
All right. You got the Niners or the Giants there?
Man, honestly, I'm gonna go with the Giants. I think the Giants could win this game. I feel Dart's due for a nice little win. You know, like
the other thing
he's playing well.
So many people are getting hung up on the Giants losing Cam Scatterbo, which I completely understand. He is a great running back and a great player to watch from just the dynamic aspect. But like Tyrone Tracy was not bad last year.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I feel like Tyrone Tracy, it's like one of those like guys that people kind of forget that he exists, but he's good.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. You've got the Detroit Lions just making Aiden Hutchinson one of the highest paid NFL players, non-quarterbacks in history with the highest guarantee given to a non-quarterback. But I think he's like $500,000 short of, gosh, I forget who was it that's beating him now. But either way, well-deserved, well-earned on his part. And he is going to be looking to pay dividends on that investment that the Lions are making when they host the Vikings this week. And it is a Lions team that also is getting back some injured players here and there throughout the course of the defense, I think, more than the offense. But they're talking about how they need to try to get Jameson Williams more involved. And it's a Brian Flores defense that can potentially be sabotaged by the returning J.J. McCarthy. We don't know exactly what it is that this injury was. Originally, I remember you made the joke that he was his girlfriend was giving birth to his kid, so KOC was giving him like a soft way of getting a week off or so for paternity leave, and then that seemed to stretch for a bit. And the Carson Wentz situation is, kind of sucks for Carson Wentz, the idea of playing through an injury or playing with an injury.
Yeah,
but
well,
he said he was cleared by the medical staff. It's not, he's an adult and all that kind of stuff, but still, like, I feel bad for him. The idea of like, they are kind of like, hey, Carson, do you think you can make it out there?
Look, we cannot trust Max out there. You ever seen this kid throw? And they're just watching Max Brosmer throw the football, and they're like, you with a bum shoulder are better than Max Brosmer.
But this is going to be the return of J.J. McCarthy against a Lions defense that a lot of people thought was going to take a step back with the departure of Aaron Glenn to New York. Hasn't really taken that much of a step back. This money line seems like it's that way for a reason. I'm taking the team that's at home. I don't like as much as we combined on this show like KOC. I don't know if the first game back for McCarthy, if this is a good spot for him to be taking on the Lions, and I don't know, it could turn ugly.
Yeah, I think McCarthy will perform solid in this game, but I do think the Lions win. I don't see how they lose this game.
And now we turn to Chase's Super Bowl. Sean McVay, the Rams, this Rams defense going up
finally
against Tyler Shuck.
Yes. Shuckamania, baby. Let's go.
You should try to find a way to get into this game.
Oh, I wish, man. Let's see. I get off at 2:30. Maybe make it for the fourth quarter to see Tyler Shuck throw his first NFL touchdown.
In garbage time?
Yeah, just watch it.
What you're saying is you're taking the Saints.
I'm taking the Rams. Get the fuck out of here. I can't choose the Saints right now. God, why do I draw? He was my fucking OC too, and I always draw a blank on the Saints head coach name. It's like the Boise State Kellen Moore. Yeah, Kellen Moore. You're trying your best, man. And I'm glad that you said, you know what, Rattler, you're fun, but we did invest a second round pick in Tyler Shuck. And the Browns are trotting out Dylan Gabriel for fuck's sakes, and he was a third round quarterback. So we got to try something here. Maybe Shuck does something.
It does kind of suck for them. The Saints are doing what they can, and there's been a lot of talk recently.
26-year-old rookie Tyler Shuck.
There's been a lot of talk about the Saints trading Chris Olave, and there's also been conversations either Olave or Shaheed or both. And there have been people in the Denver.
Did they re-sign Shaheed?
I think they did.
Yeah, okay.
There have been conversations in the Denver subreddits and things like that talking about trying to trade for Chris Olave. And I'm like, guys, this guy is 2 concussions away from being -3 concussions away from needing to retire. So I would not want Chris Olave to be on.
I think the Saints should try to shop those two because honestly, just get draft capital for them, reset your wide receiver room. I don't think they're bad wide receivers. I just think like the Saints.
No. It's nothing to do with their talent.
Yeah.
They're up. Like I like Rashid Shaheed as a field stretcher. I think Chris Olave is a really talented wide receiver when he's on the field. The issue for the Saints really is that there's the only thing you can do is get draft picks because sooner or later all those void years that you signed up for are going to kill you when it comes to salary cap. The salary cap cannot increase high enough, and you cannot keep adding void years to get yourselves out of this situation.
Yeah, I think they just need to try to get themselves reset as a roster. Like, put them in a position where it's like, hey, we can actually sign players and stuff like, and not have to keep players just because that's the only way we can keep them is by re-signing them.
Especially because this is a situation where if you were the Saints and you were kind of hoping that this was going to be the year of like Arch Manning looking really good and so on and so forth. I mean, Arch hasn't looked terrible, but he has not looked like the same genetics that runs through in the veins of Peyton Manning and Eli Manning.
Well, don't forget that he's Cooper Manning's kid.
I understand that, but like he is still related to those other 2 individuals, and at least and I get it. It's siblings putting over siblings. According to both of them, Cooper was the best player out of all of them. So, like, I mean,
they're just being nice. He was the most athletic out of the Mannings. That's the nice way to say it, is that he was the most athletic Manning out of the bunch.
But my point is that, like, if your hopes in New Orleans were hung on the potential of Arch Manning joining the roster, it doesn't seem as though, one, that's going to happen in 26, or two, that even if it did happen, either in 26 or 27, that he's going to be right out the gate the guy who's going to be able to turn this franchise around. So that's really the concern for the Saints. You might as well try to stack draft picks.
Yeah.
But let's get to Raiders Jaguars. These are two teams that seemingly are just kind of circling the drain. The Raiders more than the Jaguars, to be fair. The Jaguars at least look as though they are competent in places. Liam Cohen's offense is moving here and there. However, they did just have to put Travis Hunter on IR. Who would have thought that somebody playing both sides of the ball, especially playing defensive snaps when they may not need to be playing defensive snaps, would get injured and have to go on injured reserve? Who could have possibly thought this? It's just too much for one player's body to handle. It's different when you're playing against basically future insurance salesmen, for lack of better terms, in college. But
especially in the conferences that he was playing in the past. Travis Hunter started playing for a smaller school where a lot of those athletes, unfortunately, are never, ever, like, not to be mean to the HBCU schools, but those schools, a lot of those kids don't end up making it to the NFL. Like, probably like 2% that play for an HBCU, they're not making it to the NFL. And then he goes to Colorado and has the Pac-12 and then the Big 12. The Pac-12. I'm sorry. Unless you're a USC wide receiver, an Oregon wide receiver, you ain't really going against much. And in terms of DBs, it's random as hell. Like, there's some Arizona State kids that'll get drafted in the 4th or 5th round or whatever. You are playing against a bunch, and I mean a bunch of interns, communication guys, like guys that are going to sell cars. You're not playing against NFL talent week in and week out. What are we doing? Yeah, but John, I'm going to shock you.
You gonna take the Raiders?
The Raiders.
I want to hear this argument.
I think One World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated paid a lot of money to have it where the host venue of WrestleMania, Allegiant Stadium, makes sure that the AEW's owned Jaguars team loses.
You know, Hunter's not backstage at Saturday Night's Main Event right now. You think he's because he's in Vegas making sure?
Yeah, he's riding. Look, guys, I'm telling you, maybe that's why the show has been somewhat entertaining. Cody retained, by the way, and Jade Cargill won the women's title.
Shocker.
Good match from Cody and Drew, by the way. But Raiders and Jaguars, like, honestly, the Jaguars the last 2 weeks just haven't looked like the team that beat the Chiefs. They haven't, like, after the Seattle game, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, like, maybe Seattle, I think Seattle's good. I'm on the Seattle's a good team on bandwagon. So it's like Seattle's just a better team. But the thing is like last week, they just looked so. No, they didn't play last week, right? They were on the bye.
Who?
Jacksonville, right? They were on the bye last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the week before, they just didn't look good. Like, they just didn't look good. Like, something about this team, and I can see the Raiders coming off a bye week and then getting Bowers back. Like, you get a nice little refresh. Pete Carroll has them hyped up that whole 2 weeks and stuff, and they get a nice little refresh win. They just get a nice little win. It's one of those wins where it's like, oh, how did the Raiders win 3 games this season? Oh, yeah, one of them was against the Jaguars, and they beat the Patriots? Huh. Like, you're all confused by the record at the end of the season. So
I am so concerned for the Raiders from the perspective. Like, I don't personally care because, like,
I'm not concerned, man.
I love the fact that the Raiders are terrible. But, like, if you're the Raiders, you gave money to Geno Smith, man. And, whoo, buddy, that is a terrible contract now. That is a terrible contract. Honestly, okay, here's what I find hilarious about this whole thing is that Seattle in essence, ran Russ out of the building because Russ was no longer that good. But they were like, Gino's going to be great, or is going to be good for us. Then they let Gino go in a trade for nothing to the Raiders. I mean, like Seattle, like it's almost luck that Sam Darnold fell into their laps. Like, granted, they wouldn't have gotten rid of Gino if they didn't believe they could get Sam, but like, man, that is just
it's like Seattle is just like they're like, and then there's also reports they're listening calls for Rick Woolen, and so many casual fans are like, to Rick Woolen, really? No. I'm like, guys, he hasn't been good at all. Seattle knows what they're a front office. If they make a move, I'm like, I trust.
They're very smart.
I trust what they're doing. Like I like getting rid of DK Metcalf. It's like, why would you get rid of DK Metcalf? Because they had this guy named JSN that they want to unleash, and they can't have both JSN and DK Metcalf up on the field. DK is a great physical specimen. He's not a great wide receiver. Great specimen for football. Like, he is someone that is definitely like, he's good at the sport, but he's not an overall great wide receiver. You're not asking DK Metcalf to do what JSN does. And DK Metcalf's biggest strength is run deep down the field. Well, then what happens to JSN then? Then JSN doesn't have his ability to run deep down the field.
Right.
So then it's two negatives.
My thing with trading DK Metcalf was the idea of could JSN physically handle the requirements of being hyper targeted as a wide receiver one in an NFL offense. My only thing was like, I'm not 100% sure because I've only seen him do it as a wide receiver 2 during the times when Lockett wasn't there, or as a wide receiver 3 when Lockett was there. So my thing was like, I would be willing to keep DK Metcalf just because it gives you extra options. However, I'll fully admit I was wrong. JSN has been absolutely amazing. Like,
we're gonna when Emeka Egbuka falls in his footsteps, we will say, you know what? Just trust these kids from Ohio State. They know what they're doing.
So
just choose the Raiders, John. Come on.
Yeah, like my thing is, it's not about the Jaguars. It's like I'm like, how do you get the ball to Brock Bowers? Like, literally, this offense should just be first down,
spam it to that freak.
First down, run the ball with Ashton Genty. Second down, throw the ball to Brock Bowers. If Bowers got tackled short of the sticks for whatever reason, on third down, convert with Ashton Genty.
Yeah, exactly.
Rinse and repeat. Slowly work your way.
Yeah,
down.
like what a normal person does when they play Madden with the Raiders. Yes. When people go like, I'm going to start a hard franchise. Oh, who are you going to choose? The Raiders. And it's like, that's not a hard franchise. All you do is throw to Brock Bowers and run with Genty.
Like, this is not a hard, it's not a hard thing to figure out what you need to do on offense. Like, you run the ball to Ashton Genty, and you throw the ball to Brock Bowers.
Yeah, and then
it's easy for us to say because, like, obviously NFL defenses are going to scheme for that. But, like, I don't know. And then every once in a while, you just throw the ball to Jacoby Myers.
And then when the defenses creep up, you say, hey, Trey Tucker, just run past them because you're super fast. And there you go. Yeah, they should do more simple offense, but who knows?
Chip Kelly's cooking. The problem is Geno Smith can't throw the fucking ball.
You know what the problem is? Their quarterback is not Patrick Mahomes.
Or Josh Allen. Oh, well, look at this transition.
Man. Hey, you know who I'm choosing, John? Just put the name down. Don't even have to worry about it, man. No, man, I'm not choosing the Bills. I'm choosing the Chiefs.
Come on, man. You know I can't choose that. I like the Bills. I think the Bills are a good team and stuff, but it's honestly a reverse jinx pick. I every time when I choose the Chiefs against the Bills, they tend to lose. So it's like, okay, I just want the Chiefs to lose. So I'm choosing them to lose.
The Bills. One, to keep it interesting.
But if the Bills can just do what they did last week, where they just like spam James Cook and then let Josh Allen do Josh Allen things, it's a very hard offense to stop. I feel like when the Bills try to set like this weird like game script or plan, it never works out for them. But when they just say, hey, we have this freak running back behind Josh Allen, who's also a freak at quarterback, they're just so hard to stop.
Just like if the Bills consistently play backyard football,
yeah,
while also just being a good defense, they win games. The problem is actually their defense.
Yeah, it's not good.
Really not good.
Yeah. And this Chiefs offense is is it getting
back. It's back.
It's scary. Like it's like minus the lack of running the run game,
Right.
just the receiving options that they have. Like Rashee Rice is back to sketch and everything. Travis Kelce all of a sudden drank Taylor Swift's fountain of youth, and now he's looking like a better version than he has in the last few years running routes. Like he's been looking good this year. Marquise Hollywood Brown has learned to catch a football, and he's looking good. Juju is like you'll forget that Juju's on the roster, and then he catches like an RPO play or just like a quick little slant, and then I hear the Nets go Juju Smith-Schuster, and then I'm just like, what? I forgot.
There's two things I don't know right now. The first is really how bad Pat's pec strain is, and two, whether or not the Broncos can beat the Texans. However, Pat needs to be back for Week 11 when they play the Chiefs. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
And I didn't even get into talk about Worthy, because Worthy is pretty much, like just like Weapon X. Like they just find ways to get him the ball, and then also the guy the old Patriots wide receiver. He's like big and tall, really fast. Mahomes been trying to hit him with like a bunch of deep balls. I want to say Thornton. Yeah, like Tyquan Thornton, like he's not good, but like there are plays where they will threaten, like, hey, this guy will run really fast down the field, and he's 6'4", try to stop him. And he hasn't really killed defenses yet, but I could see a game where it's like, oh yeah, there's Tyquan Thornton. Like I forgot about that.
Davion Pacheco is not. For this specific game, he is not playing. But also, he's been losing a lot of work to Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
how old Kareem Hunt is.
Yeah.
Brashard Smith. That 7th round, I think 7th or 6th round rookie, really has been doing well for them. And they talked coming into the season. They talked about him filling that Jerick McKinnon role, which you and I definitely remember what Jerick McKinnon was like on the Chiefs. And that is a scary thing to have that they have been missing for some time. But
yeah, I'm just more impressed that the Chiefs are like just how like everything is just like every wide receiver is like a threat, and it's like because you thought when Rashee Rice comes back it's just going to be the same offense. Like this offense is just looking really good, and it's just so hard. It's just so hard to stop with, especially when you have guys like Juju and Hollywood. Guys that were highly touted wide receivers. People thought like playing to like above the expectations of what they're at now in their careers, like, hey, it helps out.
Yeah, and I still the irony here again is that the reason why Xavier Worthy is on the Chiefs is because of the Buffalo Bills. They're the ones who traded the pick. They let Kansas move up last year and moved down into the second round, or I think they took the Chiefs first, and then they ended up doing that to the Panthers and took the Panthers second because it was the top of the second. Either way, they're the ones who allowed the Chiefs to get Xavier Worthy. And I remember when we were doing the live stream of the first round of the draft, when they picked Xavier Worthy, how annoyed I was, because I was like, why would you let Patrick Mahomes get this kind of a wide receiver?
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Like you would think, honestly, this is not a knock against Keon Coleman in any way, shape, or form. But you would think that the Buffalo Bills of all teams would be like, hey, there's this wide receiver that runs redonkulously fast and can stretch the field, and we have this quarterback that can throw 60-yard air yards or 60 plus air yards without breaking a sweat. He just flicks his wrist and the ball's down the field. We actually had to work to break him out of the habit of throwing
really deep.
Throws. You would think that team with Xavier Worthy on the clock would be like, it would work out really good.
Xavier
that
Worthy
guy right there. But instead they were like, let's trade down.
Let's get a polished route runner in Keon Coleman.
And the funniest part of it is like it's not like they're trading down to the Commanders or the Raiders or the Jaguars. You're trading down or trading up or allowing to move up to in essence your hated rival.
Yeah, your biggest threat to the Super Bowl.
In any way, shape, or form. If I'm the Buffalo Bills front office and I get a phone call from the Kansas City Chiefs asking to do anything, Like right now, if the Kansas City team is coming in, like their front office is coming in for whatever reason for this game, and they're like, hey, we need to have you validate our parking, I'd be like, fuck you, no, and hang up. Like the idea that you would allow them to move up when you know there's somebody they want, it's ridiculous. Like if the Chiefs win, it's the Bills' fault. It's the Bills' fault for allowing this to happen. They could have.
I mean, how about it's just that we're a better team, man, and it's not anyone's fault, but that we're just better.
Well, let's move on to the Commanders and the Seahawks. A lot of people, yourself included, had predicted regression for the Washington Commanders, but that regression wasn't because it was Marcus Mariota behind center. Yeah. Now, a lot of people had the belief, or were like, "Hey, this Jaden Daniels guy, if he takes a hit the wrong way, that's part of the reason why I'm against run-first quarterbacks." Mobility is great, but the run-first aspect, not good. I don't like it unless you're built like a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Jalen Hurts. Then you just if you're built like a brick shit house and you run really fast, then cool. But Jaden Daniels is not built like that. And he's missed a lot of games, but he's not going to be missing this one. However, they are still the underdogs against the Seahawks, particularly with Terry McLaurin out. The Seahawks have been moving really well. The other thing is that the underrated aspect of the Seahawks is the defense. The offense has been getting a lot of the praise with how well JSN has been playing. Sam Darnold doing well. K9 and Charbs switching off between the two. Charbs continuing to vulture K9's goal line touches. But it's really the Seattle defense that has been kind of unheralded and has been doing really, really well. And the best part about it is it's hard to get them in they just put 11 personnel on the field and they're like, if you want to play regular, that's cool. If you want to go no huddle, hurry up, that's fine too. If you want to do a mid up tempo, it's fine. If you want to run the ball, we don't really need to make substitutions. We just need these 11 guys on the field. And their ability to also do next man up, because sometimes people get dinged up, is really incredible. I'm taking the seat. Oh, jeez. What did I do? I removed the screen. No. Oh, I removed the screen. There we go. But I'm taking the Seahawks on this one. I think with no Terry, with a Jaden Daniels that's still coming, he's just in and out of the lineup a bit. It just seems like a recipe for the Seahawks to catch one here, pick one up in the NFC. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I think the Seahawks will win this game too. It's just the Commanders, they can't. Maybe the run game will look a lot better now that Jaden Daniels is back, but that running game is just non-existent. Debo is coming in kind of still laboring with whatever injuries he has. There's no Terry McLaurin. Just offensively, they just don't feel in-depth enough to take on this sneaky good Seahawks defense. And also the Seahawks offense. It's been a good offense. It's been a fun offense to watch. Sam Darnold dealing and stuff. So I got the Seahawks winning this game. All right, man. You know who I'm choosing. This is the last game. Don't even ask. Don't even. Just put the. No, I'm not rooting for Jacoby Brissett. I am rooting for Marvin Harrison in one of my fantasy leagues, but other than that, but
is he? It was a concussion, right? That's why he was out or has been out.
He's back.
Is he back?
Who, Harrison? Yeah. I don't have no O next to his name.
Oh, there we go. But Jacoby Brissett, sir, if you can do anything to try to resurrect Marvin Harrison's fantasy season,
it'd be nice.
I've seen the level of consistency that you've done for Trey McBride, sir. I've seen the Lord do great things. I would love you to do that as well for Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, look, the Cardinals, they'll move the ball against this Cowboys defense, but that's not saying much. This Cowboys defense is dog shit. This is one of the worst defenses I've seen in quite some time. But the Cowboys offense, I think, can outpace your defense. And that's the one thing. The Cowboys offense against a mediocre or bad defense, they're going to cook. They're going to do their thing. But the Cowboys, when they face a good defense, that's when we see the real Cowboys. That's when we see the Dallas Cowboys that just can't do anything.
I'm wondering if the Cardinals, I think next week they're supposed to be getting Trey Benson back. But
thank God.
It is just a weird situation. They cannot seem to move the ball at all. unless it's through, like I'm talking about when Kyler's there. Jacoby, meanwhile, has been like not bad. like it's not bad. And so I don't know, like it. If this is just more of an example or indictment on the Kyler Murray experiments, if that's what you want to call it, I don't know. But like it's a situation where something's got to change for the Cardinals long term. I don't know if this is they need to change the scheme. They got to get Gannon out of there. They got to get Petzing out of there. They got to do something. But it's tough. It's tough. But guys, these are our picks for
trade Buda Baker to a good team, please.
Wait, say that again.
Trade Buda Baker to a good team.
Wait, didn't they just do that?
Did they? They trade Buda Baker?
That was the other trade I was thinking of. Or they're talking about it or something like that.
Yeah, they should be trading that guy, please.
Yeah. They're talking. There's been conversations about I think the Bills or the Patriots.
Please say the Bills.
Yeah, I think it's the Bills and the Patriots are the two that are considered like the front runners or like the ones that people think is the best spots for them. But yeah, I mean, also trade McBride while we're at it. Like, just be like a JUCO team in essence, Arizona. That'd be for everyone.
Develop players to get to the next level. last chance, oh man, I don't know if I can be in the NFL. I'll just go to Cardinals, do well here. Really? Yeah, don't worry. Something will pick you up.
But Chase, let the people know where they can find you, my good sir.
Well, you can follow me on X at ChaseR68 or on the Point Network whenever I'm free. Probably not for most of this season, so probably won't be on for a long time. True Heat when SP3 needs a fill-in, and if I'm free. And True Picks when we can do this every single week discussing the NFL season.
And you guys can catch me here on True Picks.
Hey, man.
Stop doing the fucking voice. You know what? Because I know what you're going to do. When you do the voice for week 11, when it's Chiefs Broncos, it's going to piss me off so much.
What do you mean, man? It ain't going to piss you off, man. You know who I'm going to choose that game? It's going to be me and the Chiefs. We're always going to win because we're the underdogs.
Oh.
No one believes in us.
That's what they really think that they're like.
It is fun. But like, you know, when you think about it and you look at.
If you watch that Chiefs documentary on ESPN, they really do a good job at like making you they truly believe there's some underdog, not a dynasty, and that's a good mentality sometimes to have that, like, because like that's a very good, humble, hungry mentality and stuff. But it's like hilarious where it's just like
the thing is like you can be humble and you can be hungry without lying.
Nah, man, that's not how we roll over there in Kansas City, man.
You can say things like, yes, you know, we have earned it before, but every day you're earning it. And it's like, this is a new year, so it's a new opportunity to earn it without saying things like, nobody believes in us.
Yeah, nobody believes
lying. Like
that's why every week I just choose the Chiefs now. Like, remember when they were 0-2 when we thought the downfall was starting? Oh, what a good time that was.
But until next time, guys, remember, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll catch you all later. And
transfer running back GM, please, man. I'm tired of Pacheco just running into guys.
Jerome Ford to the Chiefs.
Imagine man, I want someone better, man.
Hold on a second.
Kamara.
Imagine that. They the Patriots call Cleveland and they're like, hey, do you see how we got like 18 out of 32 6-round picks? We'll give you all of them for Jerome Ford. And then the Chiefs call and go, hey, could we give you a 2028 7th rounder
for Jerome Ford?
For Jerome Ford.
And the Browns are like, a bunch of 6-round picks.
Or
7th. That could be Brock Purdy. Let's do it. They're like trying to think how that could be Mr. Irrelevant of the NFL job. That could be Brock Purdy. Let's go with that 2028 7th rounder.
All righty, guys. Take it easy. When we catch y'all later, when we catch y'all next time, it's going to be discussing any and all trades that did end up happening.
Yeah, hopefully there's some good trades. The NFL has been pushing this trade deadline, and it's been better than in years. I remember when there would be no trades on the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Like, why did they hype this up? Like, they'll have because I watch NFL Network, and it would be like trade deadline special, and they literally had nothing to talk about because there was no trades. It's not like the NBA where you're like, wait, who got traded? the fuck? Wait, what? Why did they do that? Like the NBA trade deadline is always crazy. Like there's always like a trade that makes you just go, how did? Why?
Yeah, last year was the Luka trade.
Well,
Yeah.
that was before the trade deadline. That was months before the
Oh,
trade
that's right.
deadline. Yeah, that was the night Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, and we were all high. And then the
Oh, that
same
was
night,
January. Wow.
the same night, yeah, just like how main event Jey Uso now in our city, he might beat our boy CM Punk tonight. And I hope that's not the case. Hopefully, Punk backstage politics for the win.
All righty, guys. Take it easy.